Welcome back, everybody. It is Wednesday afternoon. It is January the 14th, 2026. It is a beautiful, and I mean beautiful, midwinter's morning out. No snow, beautiful sun, and a record-breaking 63 degrees. And again, the weatherman pointed out yesterday that 2 years ago it was 36 below zero. So we're enjoying a very, very unusual mild winter thus far, although we know what's coming. Anyway, so we're back for a new guitar day. We've got two today. I'm using my X-ray eyes. This looks like the easier of the two boxes to open, so that's why I'm opening this one first. I'm more curious about the other guitar. I won't reveal either until I know what this is, because again, I really don't have X-ray eyes. I'm just pretending something that every healthy kid wishes they had for reasons that we won't go into. But I do believe that, as I lift the top of the box off, that this will be, there's just always more tape. Lots of tape. They love their tape. And it's nice and easy. Easy. Nice and easy. And yes, this is the Chibson Thunderstruck, the Angus Young signature model SG. And the typical cheap cord and the truss rod adjustment. And I'll get into the details as to why I purchased this guitar. Oh wow, they didn't even put a sticker on this guitar. They didn't even try to hide it. That's very interesting. This is the first Chibson that I've gotten. It just flat out advertising that it's a Chibson. Can't talk very clear. So, it is actually darker than I expected. It's darker than a wine red, and it's not a very, I wouldn't call it a super transparent finish, but feels good. Has the chrome knobs, which I was hoping for. It's a 2017 serial number. So, yeah, we're not even going to go into detail at the moment. We're just going to trust. I mean, again, I see a little flaw here, a little flaw there. The bridge looks okay. This pickup is just completely sunk into the body, which is sort of odd, and this one's like all the way out. Not really sure. Yeah. So for just the immediate, this thing looks really just like they did a really crappy job putting the control cover on. I'm going to go over the details of it. Anyways, I'm more curious about the other one, but it's a nice looking guitar. It's darker than I expected, but I guess you would consider this to be, wine. On the camera it looks a little lighter than it is in person. Anyways, I'm more curious about the other guitar. Switches, knobs. So we'll be back. But yeah, this is the first one. First one of the day. Well, I couldn't help myself. I had to tune it up, stretch the strings a little bit, and play a song on it. It's okay. It definitely does not feel the same quality as the other Chibsons that I've gotten. You can never tell who you're getting these from. This one was obviously sitting in a warehouse for a while. The frets are incredibly gritty. I mean, they almost look like they're green. Most people talk about taking the strings off and polishing the frets. I'm lazy. I probably won't. I'll probably just play the grime off of it. Anyways, there's more comments to come. Before I opened up the other one, I just wanted to just take a test drive and make sure that the knobs worked and the switches work and the tuners work, and that all seems fine. And yeah, but it's definitely a good step below the other Chibsons that I've gotten. So again, all Chibsons are not created the same. We all know that. Okay, we'll be back. And welcome back. It is, again, it's still Wednesday, still the 21st of January 2026, Wednesday evening. We also got this guitar a week ago on Wednesday. This is the Chibson SG. I'm guessing it's an SG standard, just based on the fret marker. Well, this is the Thunderstruck, supposedly. I'm guessing it's supposed to be. It doesn't have the Angus Young signature truss rod cover, but some did, some didn't. But it has the lightning bolt fret marker, so I'm guessing it's sort of a Thunderstruck-y kind of thing. This guitar is also an incredibly pleasant surprise. Considering the price, they were running this thing out the door at Temu for $148, and I had a coupon and a credit, and I ended up getting it for like $115. And I mean, this thing is easily equal to anything that Epiphone has in the $400 to $500 range. Again, that's just one person's opinion, subject to your opinion. You may think I'm a nut job, but I'm completely pleased. I've had the most inexpensive Epiphone SG, and that was a $200 guitar. And you could feel it. And this thing feels just really nice. It did have really crusty frets on it, and I complained to them about that and said, that either they didn't polish them out of the factory, or this thing sat in a box for a long time, but you could just feel the corrosion. But I've since played it off, and it's fine. The pickups needed some adjustment. This one was like all the way up touching the strings. This one was all the way buried in the body. It has nice features as far as, just little details. It's got a 4 or 5 ply pick guard, binding on the neck. Again, this is the first Chibson that I've gotten that they didn't even bother to cover it up, so it just said Gibson right on it. You know how I feel about these. I don't think they're fooling anybody. I wasn't, if this was, again, the Thunderstruck one's probably $3,000-$4,000, but if this was just a standard Gibson SG, this is brand new as an $1,800, $2,000 guitar. Again, nobody's going to argue. The wood on the Gibson's superior, the fretboard's superior, the electronics are superior, the bridge, the potentiometers, the tuners, everything's superior. But if you're just a guy like me, sitting at home, having fun, want to get your little Gibson thing going on, I know I'm not fooling anybody, and certainly if and when I sell this guitar, it will be fully revealed exactly what's being sold. The price will reflect that. And what someone does after me, again, I would say to all people, because of these counterfeit guitars, if you want to call them that, and I suppose a lot of people will insist on doing that, just take 2 minutes and take off the truss rod cover. That's 99% of the time that's going to tell you real or not real. Take off the control cavity cover. That'll tell you really quick what's real or not real. Pick it up and feel it. I'm sure this doesn't feel like a real Gibson. I've played many Gibsons. I don't think I've ever played a legit Gibson SG, but I've played Les Pauls and ES guitars, and again, for the hobbyist who just wants to sit home and have a good time, this was a swinging deal, and I like it. And the other Chibson SG that I got, that was again a Thunderstruck model, but it wasn't the dark wine red. It was more of a cherry red. I didn't like that guitar as much, and I ended up selling it to a guy. He loves it. So it's all about finding your own thing. So find your own thing, guys. Anyways, that's it. I will never say never. I'm pretty much, I think there's just not many guitars out there that hold my interest. I have quite a few guitars I need to sell. As I sell them, certainly there's more room for something new coming down the road, but I can almost guarantee when I go online and look at legit Gibsons and Fenders and, the not American-made Gretches, but even I think the Streamliner Gretches are made in Indonesia, and I think that the Electromatics are made in China. I don't even want to spend the money for those now, and I don't want to spend the money for the Epiphones that are, the limited edition models that are pushing $800, $900, $1,000, $1,200, $1,400. And they're coming from China, right? And it's like, I just can't see spending that kind of money. Anyways, it's one person's opinion. You have your own. What I encourage you and everyone to do, Find the guitar that you like, the one that you enjoy, the one that makes you feel good. Most importantly, the one that makes you want to pick it up and play it and make music. Not being critical of other hobbies, but, you know, people in the generation after me, the younger people, a lot of video gamers. Who can deny playing a video game is fun, but it's nothing compared to the fun that you will have when you engage in the challenge of learning how to play an instrument, and then you go into the endless pleasure of making music. It's just, yeah, play your video games, but pick up a guitar and learn how to play that too. Anyways, winter, still 2 months ahead. We have sub-zero temperatures coming this weekend to remind us that it is in fact January still, but that means that February's next, and then March and April, and soon another spring and summer. So take care of yourselves, love each other, be kind. Thank you.